Deadpool 3 is my second most anticipated movie of 2024, right behind Dune Part 2. There are just too many questions that need answering. How will Deadpool fit in the MCU? Will he fit in the MCU? What is Wolverine's role in the movie? Will Deadpool be allowed to be the same under Marvel? R-rated, goofy, and sometimes insanely insulting in all the right ways? And will this movie change the MCU in any way? Before we begin, can you please hit that like and subscribe button? I'm aiming for 500 subscribers by the end of this year, and your support would mean the world. Without wasting any more time, here are my top 5 predictions for Deadpool 3. Number 5. Taylor Swift cameos. There will be many cameos in Deadpool 3, but there is one cameo that would just break the internet. And it would be a missed opportunity if we don't see Taylor Swift in Deadpool 3. I'm not a Swiftie at all, but it just makes sense. With all the connections and rumors between Ryan Reynolds, Blake Lively and Taylor Swift, I won't even be surprised if Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds' real-life wife, appears in the movie as well. But make no mistake, if Taylor Swift does have a cameo, it will be monumental for the movie. She can appear as Dazzler, but I think it's better for her to cameo as herself, Taylor Swift just being Taylor Swift. I'm not saying that it would make the movie better, I'm just saying it would definitely boost the box office, which brings me to my next prediction. Number 4, Deadpool 3 will cross $1.5 billion. Many have predicted that Deadpool 3 will cross $1 billion at the box office, but I'm going to go a step further. I think Deadpool 3 crosses $1.5 billion. There is a catch though, I'm expecting this movie to be great. Because if this movie isn't great, it may not even cross $1 billion. But I have immense faith in Ryan Reynolds and also the director of the movie, Sean Levy. Marvel are so confident about Sean Levy that he has been rumored to direct the next Avengers movie as well. That just means that Kevin Feige is super confident about Deadpool 3 and this movie will be massive at the box office. I predict that Deadpool 3 will be the highest grossing movie of 2024. Number 3. Introduction of Mutants. I think it is pretty obvious that Deadpool will be time traveling in the movie. The big theory is that he will be time traveling through the previous phases of the MCU, very similar to how the Avengers did in Avengers Endgame. And it's very ironic how the Avengers had to time travel to save the world against Thanos, and now Deadpool will time travel to save the MCU. I predict that Deadpool and Wolverine will finally introduce mutants and the emergence of the X gene. I'm not sure how exactly that will happen, but Deadpool can time travel and probably interact with someone, maybe even someone like Hank Pym, and somehow catalyze the X gene. Or it does not even need to be Deadpool who is responsible for this. It could be a byproduct of his time travel as well. Either way, I do think Deadpool can be a doorway for mutants to come into the MCU, and this time in a major way. Number 2, Wolverine will die again. I'm very sure that although Hugh Jackman is back as Wolverine, this will be the first and last time we see him as Wolverine in the MCU, which makes it clear that he dies in this movie. Yes, he can appear in the future, but it would mostly be a cameo, like through the multiverse or something. I would love to see Hugh Jackman in future movies in a major way, but I just don't see it happening given his age. Deadpool 3 was just too good to say no for Hugh Jackman. The stars aligned for this one, guys. Also, his death, if executed well, would be the perfect emotional blow that could propel this movie to great heights. I love the Deadpool humor, but too much of that humor without substance, story, or consequence would become repetitive. I think many of you would also predict Wolverine to die, but I bet you will definitely not go with my number 1 prediction. Number 1, Deadpool 3 will not save the MCU. This is probably my boldest prediction, but hear me out. I expect this movie to be its own thing, rather than be a big needle mover for the MCU, which also means that no matter how good this movie is, it does not impact the MCU, nor does it, quote, save the MCU. Yes, introduction of mutants in a major way is significant, but it would just lay the groundwork. The key test will be how Marvel handles the mutants going forward, and Deadpool 3 will definitely focus more on, as the title says, Deadpool and Wolverine, rather than be a save the MCU movie. I just think Marvel needed Ant-Man 3 and the Marvels to be great to perfectly set up the future phases of the MCU, but that did not happen. I always thought that Deadpool, while now in the MCU, won't change the MCU. Don't get me wrong, there will be MCU characters in the movie, mostly as cameos, but with time travel and the TVA involved, does anything in the movie really matter? Remember Loki and how great it was, but Loki's success did not help the MCU in any way because he was not involved in the larger story, at least till now. Deadpool and Wolverine might not save the MCU, but it can surely destroy the MCU. This movie just can't afford to be bad. It can't afford to be another Ant-Man 3 or the Marvels. This movie needs to be great, and that is the bare minimum, which I expect it to be. Just like I knew Guardians 3 would be great. But it was its own thing as well. It did not forward the multiverse saga. Deadpool and Wolverine will probably have hundreds of cameos, but I'm sure that it being great would be more to do with the genius of Ryan Reynolds and the fact that it is a Deadpool movie first and then an MCU movie. I never knew I would say this, but a Deadpool brand will be a bigger factor than the MCU brand, and Hugh Jackman is just the cherry on top. If you like this video, please do subscribe to my channel, and many thanks for watching.